The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net. The Black Museum. Horror and mystery based on Scotland Yard's collection, Orson Welles was both host and narrator for stories of horror and mystery based on Scotland Yard's collection of murder weapons and various ordinary objects once associated with historical true crime cases. Walking through the museum, Welles would pause at one of the exhibits, and his description of an artifact served as a device to lead into a wryly narrated dramatized tale of a brutal murder or a vicious crime. In the United States, the series aired on the Mutual Network between January 1 and December 30, 1952. Beginning May 7, 1953, it was also broadcast over Radio Luxembourg, sponsored by the cleaning products Dreft and Miro. Since the BBC carried no commercials, Radio Luxembourg aired sponsored programs at night to England. In the United States, a program of similar scope, using many of the same picked cases as the Black Museum, and nearly mirroring its broadcast run, was broadcast by NBC called Whitehall 1212. The two shows were different in the respect that while Whitehall 1212 told the story of a case entirely from the point of view of the police starting from the crime scene, the Black Museum was more heavily dramatized and played out scenes of the actual murders and included scenes from the criminal's point of view. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
And now Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. Well, here we are, brand new week. Sure miss our wonderful engineer, Mr. Alonzo, don't you?
Yes, but he's having a nice vacation, I guess. You've got a cold, haven't you?
Is that what it is, Bob? I thought maybe my voice was changing.
And
I know
maybe you'll have it till Wednesday.
Is that right? Gee, I hope it disappears by Wednesday at any rate, because I plan to sing towards the end of this week.
Well, I think we can work that in. We did have to let the giant go who auditioned last week to take care of our audience. He just couldn't settle an unruly audience such as we have quite frequently.
Well, I think he had such respect for his own power and strength that he let people walk all over him. He knew that if he ever lost his temper...
Woohoo! Oh, it would be everything to pay here. So, in deference to the crowd, we're just going to try and settle them ourselves when they come in. I think right now would be sports time.
Right, and do we have a theme for that? And now the Weekley Fights are on the air.
Hi, this is Biff Burns coming to you from spacious Bender Auditorium, and I'm here to bring you the main event between lightweight, heavyweights Stoker Williams and Boom Boom Bates. We're all set here as soon as the ring announcer, Johnny Daly, winds up.
And another good-looking
For the
boy
past hour he's been
from the Golden Gate of California, Lulu Monty. Lulu Monty.
Two fighters have been seated on their stools for some time, and they've seen eager...
Another high-ranking prospect in the heavyweight ranks.
boy from different shores than ours. Always a dangerous puncher, Frenchie Duval. Frenchie Duval, ladies and gentlemen.
And there's Frenchie walking to the corner to wish
Always a good-looking boy to keep an eye on. A comer in the flyweight division. Boy who recently decisioned Rocky DeLuny. Skinny Duffy, ladies and gentlemen. Skinny Duffy.
Williams is the heavy favorite going into this fight.
Good-looking boy. Winner of the Decker Sporting Belt for the month of April. Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey, ladies and gentlemen.
It's interesting to point out that Williams will be punching down at his shorter opponent.
Fights, a man who has done a lot of boxing. You've all seen him on the silver screen, Dale Rosemont. Ladies and gentlemen, Dale Rosemont.
Well, it looks as though the ring announcer has taken care of all the up-and-comers and show business personalities around, so in a few seconds we can all look forward.
You'll be seeing a lot of in the next few weeks. Our very endearing ticket taker, Edwin Jackson. Edwin Jackson.
If Boom Boom Bates is to last the fight, he'll have to use every bit of his ring know-how.
New Orleans, here to see the fight. Popular local figure in New Orleans, Ralphie Fig. Ralphie Fig, ladies and gentlemen, Ralphie Fig.
And that should about wind up the introduction.
And from our frigid neighbor up north, the province of Quebec, up-and-coming real estate broker, Louis Dussault. Louis Dussault, ladies and gentlemen.
It's interesting to point out Williams likes to stand off and shoot those long rights.
Many years standing, a face familiar to us all from far-flung Seattle, Ernest Kent. Ernest Kent, ladies and gentlemen.
Time is running short now.
A boy with plenty of nerve, a boy that just asked me to introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvin Finn. Marvin Finn, ladies and gentlemen.
Sports fans, as I was saying, Williams likes the long crouch.
One at a time, the members of the Trask High School Drum and Bugle Corps. Starting with the first young chap.
And this is Biff Burns bidding you goodbye from spacious Bender Auditorium.
Hola, amigo. You want to know about stereo phonographs? Listen to my last bullfight on ordinary stereo. Ole! But now, Columbia Stereo 1. There is a corrida de toros, real lifelike, magnifica. There is such a big difference in stereo phonographs. With most, all you get is a couple of speakers shooting in different directions. But with Columbia, hombre, you get fantastic stereo projection. What it does is to send circles of sound sweeping through every inch of a room. You are surrounded with live sound, live feeling, live passion. Ole! Ole! How they cheered me. Ask your Columbia phonograph dealer to demonstrate Stereo 1 by Columbia. Prices start as low as $39.95 for portables, $129.95 for consoles. El Picador! Who let that bull out?
And now, welcome to Show Business Corner. A few moments spent with personalities who made their mark in the field of entertainment. Today's guest is familiar to all of you. He's John W. Wilcox, and for the past 28 years, he's essayed the role of Sonny Denton, the boy next door, on that famous soap opera, Norma Needle's True Story. Welcome, John W. Wilcox, and I'd advise you don't get too close to the microphone I'm using.
Hi, Mr. Goulding. I wish you'd call me Sonny. That's the character I'm identified with.
Since 1931, right, Sonny?
That's right. I was 25 when I started on the Norma Needle's True Story soap opera. The producer liked the way I sounded, so he gave me the role of Sonny Denton, the boy next door.
And how old is Sonny supposed to be, Sonny?
About 12, I guess. I still deliver newspapers on the show, and I'm still in grade school.
I see. Well, Sonny, as a man who's approaching his dotage, Are there any problems connected with playing the role of a 12-year-old boy?
Well, every now and then, when we're doing a show at the studio, my horn-rimmed glasses fall onto the script.
And I guess that accounts for a lot of the paper rattling I've heard on your program.
Probably.
Uh-huh. Do you use another voice in your personal life, Sonny?
No, this is it. This is what people expect of me. I once attended a party, 1937, I think it was, and used my real voice for a few minutes, and the people there got angry.
But don't you find that using the voice of a 12-year-old complicates your life a little?
To some extent, yes, especially at restaurants. The waiters never take me seriously, especially at the end of a meal.
Why, what happens then, Sonny?
Well, say I've just had a good meal, and I want to show my appreciation. I signal a waiter, and he comes over, and I say, waiter, this meal was excellent. Please send my compliments to the chef.
And more often than not, the waiter pays no attention to you.
That's right. Same thing happens when I try to thank the wine steward.
Well, Sonny, these are minor things. The important thing is you've worked steadily for 28 years. I imagine you've socked away a good deal of money. Probably you've made some shrewd investments, too, huh?
Oh, I try to, Mr. Goulding, but my stockbroker, you should hear what goes on when I phone him.
Well, I think we'd all like to hear that, Sonny. Here's a phone. Would you like to call him right now?
Well, all right, but it won't do much good.
Well, try anyway.
All right. Hi, Mr. Sweeney. Mr. Sweeney, isn't that a neat day? Say, I got in the way of a good thing at the club. National Alloy and Tin are reinvestigating the use of their own products.
Did you hear him, engineer?
No. Well, mutual funds are all right, Mr. Sweeney. I think we should unload a... Please. Oh, Mr. Sweeney, don't laugh. Please. Oh, nuts to you, Mr. Sweeney.
Well, I see what you mean, Sonny. But I'm sure Mr. Sweeney didn't mean to offend you. I'm sure he laughed unthinkingly.
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank you for being with us, John W. Wilcox, otherwise known as Sonny Denton, famous soap opera actor. And make sure your diet is chock full of proteins for those sturdy bones.
I will.
And now, here's a message from the watchmakers of Switzerland.
Swiss vacation, Swiss vacation.
Win a fabulous vacation for two in beautiful Switzerland. Enter the Swiss Vacation Contest. It's easy. Nothing to buy. Pick up a free entry blank at a jewelry store or other store that sells quality watches. Then in 25 words or less, complete this statement. A quality watch is the best value because there are 1,000 prizes.
First prize, a 21-day vacation for two in Switzerland. You fly deluxe Swiss Air both ways. Visit many colorful places. All expenses paid for two people, plus $500 extra spending money.
Second, third, and fourth prizes. 15-day Swiss vacations for two.
Also, 4 mink stoles,
8 Bolex movie cameras and projectors.
12 Hermes typewriters,
160 $100 watches.
812 gala assortments of Tobler Swiss chocolates.
Enter the Swiss Vacation Contest today. Free entry blanks at your jewelry store.
Now, through the use of the Bob and Ray Candid microphone, we intend to expose the long and unnecessary lunch hours taken by executives.
That's right, employers. We feel a business meeting over a luncheon table should take no more than a minute, even a business deal between strangers.
Oh, you must be Bill Ryback.
Right, you...
No, don't get up. I'm Harry Goodrich.
So, I'm finally meeting United Staples' fair-haired boy. I'm impressed.
And as a representative of Good Fit Paper Containers, you don't look like anybody's fool either. Shall we order lunch now or get down to business first?
Well, let's kick this deal around as per phone discussion, shall we?
Ryback, I won't beat around the bush. There's a shortage of boxes at United. We need all we can get, but don't think you've got us over a barrel. We don't intend to pay more than 2.5 cents a box. Any more than that, we'll be cutting it awfully thin.
How many boxes do you need, Goodrich?
We can use 47,000 a week.
What size?
15 by 30s, corrugated with inner and outer flaps.
Can do, Goodrich.
A deal?
A deal.
So, you're Ryback.
That's right. Bill Ryback of Good Fit.
I see. You know, on the phone, your voice, it's a good one. Not like some of the other voices I've heard.
Is that so?
Yeah, hasn't anyone ever told you?
Well, I think a few people have mentioned it. Do you happen to know Carl DeLuca?
I don't think so. Why?
Well, he mentioned it one time after a phone conversation I had with him.
Well, it's true.
Say, look at this Matinee. Did you know it was made in Sheffield, England?
Oh, let me see it.
Yeah.
Funny the way they can jam names in the metal.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could spend more time with you. I got a lunch engagement somewhere else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got
Well,
along.
all right, I'll have mine at Midston House. Spirit cuisine.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm going over to the Warren House. Well, I'll see you again.
Yeah.
Hey, look, let's get together for lunch one of these
Right.
days.
Now, important news about fast relief for cold miseries.
Hey, that's right. That kind of news is always important, especially when it comes from 4-way cold tablets.
Meet lovely Hollywood star Mona Freeman.
Hello. All of us in motion pictures simply dread colds. Imagine trying to give a top performance with head and body aching and that awful feverish feeling. I have to fight cold miseries fast.
How do you do that, Miss Freeman?
At the first sign of a cold, I take marvelous 4-way cold tablets. 4-way's the fast way to relieve cold distress, even of nasty virus colds.
You're right. Clinical tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. In minutes, 4-way's exclusive formula speeds wonderful pain reliever into your bloodstream and all through your body. In the same time, the other leading brands showed no trace of pain-relieving medicines. None of the other leading cold tablets, only 4-way, started so fast to relieve all these cold miseries.
Relieves muscular pains, headache.
Reduces fever.
Calms upset stomach.
Also overcomes irregularity. Get 4-way cold tablets today, the fast way to relieve those nasty cold miseries so you begin to feel better right away. 4-way, only 29 cents.
And we'll be back with the voice of a mystery singer in just 10 seconds.
And now, here is the voice of our mystery singer. Until tomorrow, this is Ray Goulding reminding you all to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you all to hang by your thumbs.
This is the CBS Radio Network.